reality seems to be just out there. One just has to go out the shell and feel it. Be it know it or not, whether we like it or not, it exists, just as nature does, just as cities do. But if we step further, we may realize things are not how they seem. So how real can this thing we call reality be if we have built it ourselves?
By building, we seem to have managed to control the environment we live in. In doing so, we have manipulated reality itself. In other words, people live in an environment that has been created by other people. And they have created such places for very specific purposes. They have planned out how reality should be. Even the slightest details are controlled, so that there are very small chances of something not turning out the way it was planned. And the ones who build it ignore the bigger picture. They ignore the legitimate range of choices being reduced by the designers of this so-called civilization. At the Warwick Reservoir in East London, locals have taken over an abandoned industrial site to build what the council did not provide. In a place like London, private property is almost an invasion of people's freedom. One can barely go out of the norm without being towed off or get a £500 fine, and then being prosecuted for violation of private property.
We're trying to encourage the questioning, just the questioning. Why do people go out there and try to protest or try to, do something? That isn't mindless violence. But the mindlessness is sitting there doing dope, watching MTV, and then you go and get a job and you just schlep along. I mean, to me, that's violent. There's more and more signs everywhere that the life of consumerism is really not a satisfying
Not only are
life.
you going to come and interfere here with my job, then you're going to go take someone else. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. I skate for a living. I get paid to skate. Yeah.
¿Cuántos años tienes? Dímelo, por favor.
¿Seguro pegas con la cámara? ¿A que tú no rayas por aquí? O sea, que te puedes matar.
¿A que yo sí? ¿A que yo sí, Venga,
Quita.
aunque yo también.
Los ojos y la boca están para algo.
Ya sé.
Oye, eso
Ahí, cállate, morena.
Buah, ¿qué está
Aquí los insultas, sus normales.
Pedestrians would look at the street and they'd say, oh look, there's a bench and there's a set of stairs, we'll have to walk down them. Whereas a skater would look at that bench and that set of stairs and say, oh cool, I could jump on that bench and try and spin over them stairs. The way a skater looks at the world compared to a pedestrian are two different things. People like skaters are very creative people anyway. You look at things in the street and you learn how to use things. You'll grind a bench and jump a set of stairs and do a handrail or loads of different things.
Celebramos la construcción de un mundo irreal que viene con manual de instrucciones para fines muy concretos. As Henry Lefebvre stated, the city is society's projection on the terrain. Thus, any political transformation needs to be able to change daily routines, language, and the concept of space if it doesn't want to fail. Space is not homogeneous or apoliticized. It is a product of history, and in its own way, it is creation and creator of the permanently changing crowds. Against the homogenization and alienation of the power of politics course, for Lefebvre, it is necessary to demand the right for diversity, this being more important to protect from the media and capitalism.
And making the real unreal. I mean, everything around us is unreal. And I think that increasingly we have looked in the second half of the 20th century to the street to be a testing zone of what is real and what is not.
Many people came to think that it was money that made the world go round, when in reality it was the underlying supply of cheap energy, much of it coming from oil.
You end up with asking, what is more real? Is it the financial market or is it the oil supply in the ground? And everybody will come to the conclusion what is more real is the oil supply in the ground. The financial system is a system full of petrodollars, and if you take them out, it's bound to shrink.
Oil ministers of the OPEC nations meeting in Vienna still haven't decided how much more to increase the price of oil next Wednesday.
Ready, BTA?
Yeah. Iran and
okay, he came to the building about 5 minutes ago. BTA.
Tell Snowden when he comes in. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
I don't have to tell you things are bad. Everybody knows things are bad. It's a depression. Everybody's out of work or scared of losing their job. The dollar buys a nickel's worth. Banks are going bust. Shopkeepers keep a gun under the counter. Punks are running wild in the street. There's nobody anywhere who seems to know what to do, and there's no end to it. We know the air is unfit to breathe, and our food is unfit to eat. We sit watching our TVs while some local newscaster tells us that today we had 15 homicides and 63 violent crimes, as if that's the way it's supposed to be. We know things are bad, worse than bad. They're crazy. It's like everything everywhere is going crazy, so we don't go out anymore. We sit in the house, and slowly the world we're living in is getting smaller, and all we say is, please, at least leave us alone in our living rooms. Let me have my toaster computer and my TV and my steel-belted radios, and I won't say anything. Just leave us alone. Well, I'm not going to leave you alone. I want you to get mad. I don't want you to protest, I don't want you to riot, I don't want you to write to your congressman because I wouldn't know what to tell you to write. I don't know what to do about the depression and the inflation and the Russians and the crime in the street. All I know is that first, you've got to get mad. You've got to say, I'm a human being. God damn it. My life has value. Television is not the truth. Television is a goddamn amusement park. Television is a circus, a carnival, a traveling troupe of acrobats, storytellers, dancers, singers, jugglers, sideshow freaks, lion tamers, and football players.
Dame otra cosita. Ese casi me mato con la alcantarilla yendo de fake. Sí.
Solo le falta un poquito de gas.